Hi friends, Shaamini from Preschool. So today we're going to be doing some art. So for our art activity today, we're going to be making the earth. And not only are we going to make the earth, but we're going to do it by reusing materials, which is super important when we take care of our earth. Reusing materials is one of our jobs on this earth to make sure that we don't waste anything. So the type of art that we are doing and the way we're going to make the earth is by creating a mosaic. A mosaic is a type of art, and I will show some examples here. It's a type of art where you use small pieces of different things to make one big picture. Usually they do it with small pieces of glass or stone, but we're going to use small pieces of paper to make our mosaic. So this is a great way to reuse new things, as we're using small pieces of things that we don't need to make this beautiful new picture. So the materials that we will need for our mosaic are pieces of paper. It could be scrap pieces of construction paper or just regular paper. They could be newspapers that you found or magazines. I have a lot of these magazines that I don't need, so I will be flipping through them to find pieces I can use for my mosaic. The other materials you'll need for this, aside from the pieces of paper, you will need a blank sort of paper to stick our mosaic on. You'll need scissors, of course. There's a lot of cutting involved, and some glue to put it all together. So what colors do we see on our picture of the earth? We see blue for the water, we see green for all the land, and we see black in outer space and all the whites and yellows of the twinkling stars around us. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to get those newspapers, construction paper, magazines, any form of paper that you have, maybe even old books. Make sure you ask if you can cut them up before you do so though. And find those colors that we're looking for. So as I flipped through, I found a picture of the sky. That would be perfect for my water because it's blue. So I can cut up these pieces to use for my sky. I see a lot of black that I could use. I don't see any green, but I can look through my other magazines to see if I can find some green for my land. So when we cut up our pictures, we are going to cut them into small pieces. I'm going to try and make them into small squares, so you can do your best or just cut them into any kind of small pieces. Okay, so I've cut out a page out of my magazine. It's full of mountains and buildings, and it's nice and blue, so I can use this for my water. So I'm going to cut it up now into small little pieces for my mosaic. Okay, I've been through all the magazines and I ripped out some pages. I have some green for my earth, some blue for my earth, and some black for the outer space. Time to cut. So I've cut out the part of the picture that I want. So I'm going to begin cutting some strips here. It does not have to be perfect. The beauty of a mosaic is that it's the final picture with all the pieces together that make something really beautiful. And now that I have that, I'm going to cut these into small pieces. It could be as small or as big as you like. Smaller pieces will mean more work for you to cut and glue. I'm going to draw out the earth roughly just so I know where to put each color, so let's do that. Alright, I have my earth drawn out. So now I'm going to start off with the outside. I'm going to do all the outside, the galaxy with all the stars. So I'm going to do it part by part. I'm going to put glue all over the place here and spread it out. piece. I don't want to put too much because I don't want the glue to dry before I'm done. So I will get started on this corner. So I'm going to place them all around, and I want to make sure that there are no white spots. I don't want to see the paper at all. Alright, my black galaxy is all done. Let's get started on the water. Alright, my blue water is all there now. Next up is my green land. It's coming together. My earth is complete and I love how it looks. There's so much texture to it with the little pieces of the magazine kind of curling up because of how heavy it is. But this looks so cool. I'm going to let it dry for a while now so I can pick it up without it falling apart. And we'll see what it looks like then. Hi friends, so it's a couple hours later. There is still some glue on it, but I can pick it up safely now. So let's look at the final piece. Ta-da! It's my earth! It really came together and now it looks like a brand new piece of art. So I thought I would make the earth because our theme this week and next week in Preschool 1 is all about the earth. But feel free to make anything you want. You can make anything you'd like. You can even make yourself. That would be pretty cool to look through and find the exact colors or close enough of your skin, your hair, the clothes you're wearing. Maybe you can even find an picture of someone's eyes that look like yours. As long as you're doing the Mosaic style, you'll be doing the activity. It's a lot of fun looking at where all these pictures came from. For example, all the blue that's on my earth were pictures of whales in the ocean. I have some more here. All the green was from grass and trees, which is pretty handy. And the black was all people's shadows. There was some elephant's feet in there. Someone was wearing a black jacket. So there's a lot of pictures and stories behind this one big picture. It makes a pretty cool texture too, because if you look up super close, you can see all the individual pieces. But when you go far, 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 you can't see it as well. So to recap, what is a mosaic? It is a type of art where you use tiny pieces of other colored materials and put them together to make one big piece of art. Usually it's stone or glass, like I showed earlier, but for us, we use small pieces of paper to make something. We were able to reuse materials. I was able to flip through all these old magazines that I didn't need, cut them up just to make a brand new piece of art that I can be proud of. So let me know what you end up making, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!